Humanity was considered to be the weaklings of the galaxy, since they possess no exoskeleton or natural weapons. That was believed true until we found out about adrenaline. The human's heart stopped for 3 full seconds before exploding back to life at twice its normal rate. Dr. Kethmore stared at his bioscanner in disbelief. No species should survive what they'd just done to this creature, yet somehow the pathetic thing's vitals were climbing off the charts. "Pitiful," muttered his assistant, Velkara. "No natural weapons, no protective shell, no venom sacs. How did this species survive to spaceflight?" In the 6 months since humanity joined the Galactic Federation as a protected species, their physical weakness had become legendary. Military applications were rejected outright. What use were soldiers killed by a single claw strike? "Begin stress response analysis," Kethmore ordered, activating the pain simulators. The human's vitals spiked. Heart rate tripled. The restraints, military-grade steel designed to hold armored warriors, began to creak. The human's eyes snapped open, pupils dilated black. His muscles bulged with impossible strength. The bioscanner screamed warnings as his metabolic rate increased 300%. "What's happening?" Kethmore backed away as the human systematically snapped the restraints. "There's a chemical compound." Velkara's voice trembled. "Something called adrenaline, triggered by extreme stress." The human sat up, restraints falling away like broken twigs. When he looked at them, there was something predatorial in his gaze. "Where am I?" the human asked, his voice deeper than before. "You're safe," Kethmore lied, reaching for the emergency beacon. "We're Federation scientists." The human moved impossibly fast. One moment on the table, the next he had Kethmore's arm twisted behind his back in a grip that threatened to crack his exoskeleton. "You were torturing me," the human said calmly. "I can smell the fear pheromones you pumped into my system." Velkara's claws extended. "Release him, soft skin." She never finished. The human's free hand caught her striking claw and twisted. The sound of armor cracking filled the laboratory. "Fascinating," the human mused. "Your natural weapons are brittle under torsional stress." He released both scientists and stepped back, still coiled for action. "Dr. Morgan Paul," the human introduced himself. "Xenobiologist. I volunteered for your study program." His smile was unsettling. Though I wasn't expecting torture, Kethmore's scanner was still screaming. "Your readings are impossible. No organic system can sustain this without failure." "But we can," Dr. Paul said. "That's what your Federation got wrong. You looked at our resting state and assumed that was our combat capability. We're the only species that can voluntarily trigger emergency biochemical overrides." He walked to the observation window and punched through the reinforced crystal. Alarms blared throughout the station. "Every species relies on natural armor, venom, or claws," Paul continued as security forces poured in. "Evolution gave us something better, the ability to become temporarily superhuman." Heavily armored warriors filled the laboratory, weapons powered and ready. "You know what's really interesting?" Paul asked, ignoring the dozen weapons trained on him. "This isn't even combat-grade adrenaline. This is just what happens when a human scientist gets annoyed." He pulled out a medical injector from his torn gown. "But this is concentrated military-grade enhancement. We call it Berserker Serum." The security commander's weapon charged. "Drop the device. Final warning." Paul smiled. "This isn't a threat. This is a demonstration." He triggered the injector against his neck. The bioscanner exploded as Paul's readings went beyond measurement. His muscles expanded visibly. His eyes became pools of predatory focus. "The Federation classified humans as weak," Paul said, his voice now carrying harmonics that resonated through their exoskeletons. "But you never asked the right question." The security team opened fire. Energy bolts that could vaporize warriors struck Paul's center mass, and he walked through them like rain. "You asked what we could do normally," Paul continued, grabbing the nearest warrior and crushing his armor. "You should have asked what we could do when we stopped being normal." Paul moved through the security team like a force of nature. Each movement was precise and devastating to beings who had never faced anything matching their natural advantages. As the last warrior fell, Paul turned back to the terrified scientists. "Now, doctors, "Let's discuss why I'm really here," he said, wiping alien blood from his hands. "The human military wants to renegotiate our protected species status." Through the shattered window, Federation battleships approached, dozens of them, responding to the distress call. Paul smiled as he watched them, his enhanced hearing picking up their confident chatter about facing a single human. "This should be educational," he murmured, reaching for a second injector marked with warnings in 17 languages. The Federation was about to learn that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't technology. It was the ability to become monsters when cornered.